Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. I hope you can hear me. Nice. So, leo tulikuwa nataka kuongelea time frames. What are the purpose of time frames? And I hope you can see my screen. Chani punguze hii kitu. Time frames. For example, this is a XAU USD. Hii ni gold. Gold. If you see gold, these are monthly time frames. The purpose of the reason why we are discussing this is because nilirealize kumbe there are significance of these time frames. They are not only time frames, but there are reasons behind it. So if we start with the monthly time frame, this is the monthly time frame of the gold. Let me zoom it clearly. No. Are you misbehaving? Are you misbehaving? Okay, so this is the monthly time frame. And as you can see, this is the last candle. This candle, the preceding one, before the last candle ilikuja hapa kulikuwa na monthly, nimeandika hapa monthly FVG. This is the monthly fair value gap. Then this last candle ilikuja ikatap this monthly FVG, this imbalance. Let us call it imbalance. This monthly imbalance na ikarudi kidogo. Then I'll show you. Let's go to the weekly time frame tuone what's happening in the weekly time frame. There's nothing much to talk about the weekly time frame in this gold chart. So let's go to the daily time frame. The daily time frame. Daily time frame. This is very important. The daily time frame. If you are looking for reversal, it's more important that you check the daily time frames, the daily FVG, the daily imbalances, the daily order blocks. Yeah, so I mainly use the daily time frame to check the daily fair value gaps, daily order blocks, in short, the daily supply and demand zones. So the daily time frame will show me where the supply zones are, where the supply and the demand zones are. I use majorly the daily FVG and the daily order blocks for reversals. For example, as you can see in this gold chart, I was really curious to see ilikuja. Let me delete this blah blah really quick. Ilikuja kutoka hapa juu ikakuja hadi chini ikatap the monthly imbalance. After tapping the monthly imbalance, mind you that after tapping every time we tap a monthly or an imbalance, every time we mitigate an imbalance, the next time the law of that mitigation will be liquidity. Remember that this is an example of we had so many examples of liquidity. For example, equal loss, equalize, and this one. After we have mitigated imbalance, sasa hiyo itakuwa liquidity. So after kufika hapo chini tulienda hadi juu. See where we went up to. Tulienda hadi juu tukatap into this daily fair value gap. After kutap that daily fair value gap, tukareverse kuja chini. Very nice. That's very important. So tumesema tunatumia this daily fair value gap kuona kwenye our supply and demand zones are. So after tapping that daily fair value gaps and order blocks and those supply and demand zones, you can short. If it's a supply, if it's a supply zone, you can short from there. If it's a demand zone, you can buy from there. It's really super simple. And another daily fair value gap from here, you can see that tumekuja kutap this daily fair value gap. So what I am anticipating to see is that from this point, I'm looking for reversals again. From this point, kwenda chini, kwenda hadi wapi? This is where the liquidity is. Where the liquidity is. Remember that we said that after mitigating an imbalance, that mitigation, the wick of that candle, the last candle, which tapped the imbalance, will act as liquidity. So I'm anticipating that we are going down, down, down up to this mitigation. Today is on Wednesday, 27th November, and it's 1945. So at the time of this recording, it's 1945, 7:45 p.m. So I'll record another video. We see kama tutakuja huku chini. Very nice. Another thing, the 4-hourly time frame. What I use the 4-hourly time frame for? It's only for market structure. It's only for market structure. So for example, really quick, I only come to the 4-hourly time frame to check the market structure. For example, if we are like this, to break this low, like this, kwenda chini, I'll be looking for entries to sell. Yeah, eventually maybe it will come like that. Tukiendanga chini. Yeah, so what lakini venye mi naanza, I normally start at the monthly time frame, going to the weekly time frame, then after confirming in the weekly time frame, and I told you that at the weekly time frame, I use the weekly time frame only to check for supply and demand. No, not supply and demand. I use the weekly time frame for only support and resistance levels. For example, let me go really quick to check where the supply and if we go to the what? Let's go to the USD card. USD card. Weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. You can see that there is a nice resistance over this level. It's a very nice resistance in this level. Yes, there's a very nice resistance. And if you can count, market ilikuja to that resistance, ika bounce back, ikakuja tena, ikakuja resistance, bounce back, resistance, bounce back, resistance, bounce back, resistance, bounce back. This point to break resistance, you can see to break resistance. So the weekly time frame is for resistance, support, and resistance points. That's where I am looking to draw my weekly resistance and support level. Remember that we said that the higher the time frame, the higher the support and resistance level. If the time frame is high, it means that that's a key support and resistance level. Yeah. Another thing from the weekly time frame. Let's switch again to the gold. Mhm. We are in the gold. We are in the gold charts. Let me delete. Let me not delete. The gold charts. Haha. Nice, nice, nice. This is something I am keenly watching it. I am keenly watching these candlesticks. This is the candlesticks. If we call it candlesticks anatomy, this red candle, unaona venye ili close with a wick with a tail. Meaning, if it's close, if the weekly time frame, if the candle that closes the wick closes with a weekly time frame with a wick, it means, like for example, this candle, si tulikuwa tuna sell like funga na a wick, naona this tail, namaanisha the opening candle we are not willing to go further down. Yeah, if I see something like this with a tail, it means that we are not willing to go further down. And you can see very clearly the next candle ili open boom, kaenda juu straight. After kwenda hivyo straight juu, I was curious to see how this candle will close. And you can see very well it closes with aina wick, aina tail. So this shows you that maybe we are more like bullish. So I'm waiting to see if we will go further up. Yeah. So for sure, if you see something like this, a weekly candle, and you may close na without a tail, this one with momentum, this candle, candle kubwa with momentum, ili close without a tail, inamaanisha, boom, we are in to go up. But again, go to the daily, weekly time frame to check if you are in the weekly support and resistance point. If again, you go to the daily to check for your daily supply and demand zones. If the daily, this is tricky. If you are looking to go long and you realize that your daily and supply zones are failing, or your daily order blocks are failing, converting it to daily IFVG, invalidated fair value gap, or daily breaker blocks, not order blocks. If you start realizing that, it means maybe the market haitaki kwenda juu. Maybe it wants to go further down. Yeah. And again, you go to the 4-hourly chart to check for the market structure. If you realize that we are breaking structure to the downside, it means, no, wait a minute, we are going down. We are not going further up. Unaona sasa? And of course, what I don't want to talk about this lecture, I wanted to talk briefly about the monthly time frame, weekly time frame, daily time frame, quarterly time frame, but tunaweza guzia pia the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame, I normally use for entry, my entry criteria. So I don't want to talk about that. I normally use for entry. For example, kama this is our daily imbalance, tuko hapo ndani, I can come and realize that this is the high. Tulikuja tukatengeneza this low, hiyo low ikatengeneza this high, then that high broke this low, meaning this is our higher high. we are not, these are low high per se, not high high. These are low high, which should not be broken since we are in a bearish downfall. Naona tumebreak hii, so we are going down. So unaweza weka stop loss hapa juu. So that's the way I use my 15 hourly time frame. Yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Maybe we can end this recording and see you in the next lecture. Yeah, and see you in the next lecture. And may the pips be with you. Have a peaceful day. Ciao, ciao. I'm looking for where to end this recording. Or is it? Recording. Stop recording.